People deluded. Now, what was I going to talk about? Tagliafico, left back, playing for Ajax. Personally, people, I'm not gonna lie, he's grown on me in the last season. Like, I've known about him, I've known he's a decent fullback. Admittedly, people at the World Cup, he didn't really rub me up the right way. Obviously, you look at Werner, you look at him, probably Ismail Assar as well. Some players didn't have the best of World Cups. Milinkovic Savic, it's a different ball game, international football, so we won't get into it. But he kind of like you're looking at the, to be honest, the majority of them Argentinian players, you were looking at it like, any of you lot really good. But I like him, man. First of all, he's he's completely different from Kola, but he's decent going forward. He's got a decent shot on him when he does strike. He does lack a shot. He's chipped in with a couple of goals. His assist, he's decent in the final third. Obviously, he's okay at tackling. I do think at times he could do better in positional wise, especially in the air. But he's a decent left back, and I can see why Arsenal are linked with him, and I'd be all up for it. The problem is he's been linked with he's been linked with Real Madrid people. And I mean, Real Madrid and Arsenal, if they both want you, which club are you going to go to? You're going to go to Real Madrid if you're an established sort of player. You know, he knows they can offer him more money, a better lifestyle, and ultimately a better competitive side. And probably, obviously, you're seeing a lot of rumours in regards to Marcelo to Juventus, or Marcelo just leaving full stop. It'd be interesting to see what happens in the summer, because you look at Juventus, they've got Alexandro, you're always seeing him linked with other clubs. What happens there? I mean, you can play Marcelo in different positions, of course. You could probably play him as a left wing back with Sandro, that'd be crazy, but surely one would go. Marcelo probably relishes another reunion with Cristiano Ronaldo, and obviously Juventus is a big club. But back to Tagliafico, I'd be all up for it, people. The issue is, like I said, Madrid, they want him, and because of certain contexts, he's with Marcelo, like Marcelo and Tagliafico. Marcelo, for me, is playing every day of the week, but Marcelo's being frozen out. He's not really playing. Allegedly wants to leave. There's a proposition there for Tagliafico if the interest is concrete to go there. His agents allegedly said that Madrid are interested because Marcelo is going to Juventus. Whether them quotes are actually real, if they are real, whether that's just him drumming up business as you would do as an agent, I don't know. But I'm inclined to believe him in this one because of what I've just said about Madrid, and the fact that a young player, I can't even say his name, I'm never going to attempt to, but that young Spanish lad is playing at left back instead of Marcelo. So is there politics within the club or the new manager or whatever position he's technically called in Scolari? I'm not too sure, but I think he's decent defensively. He's better than Kohler in that aspect. He's not perfect, and I would like him. Allegedly, we're prepared to make an irresistible offer if you see what's quoted in a lot of the rumours. What that is, I'm not too sure. His agents also said that Ajax, while there's not a release clause, there's a minimum acceptable price. And if Tagliafico's linked with Madrid and Arsenal and any other European club or top European club, you're going to get the top dollar. And they just, got 75 million or whatever from Barcelona for De Jong. Obviously, he's not going to bring in that sort of fee, but because of, you got to look at what happened with De Jong. He was linked to Barcelona, PSG, Madrid, City, and just about any team that needed a midfielder or could afford him. Drumming up interest, got top dollar. Again, Tagliafico's not going to return them sort of monies there, but you see why. And if you're offered the chance to play regularly at Madrid, obviously Madrid's a different ball game. But if you're offered that and the rebuilding stuff that's going on at Arsenal, I'm not going to lie, people. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'd love to sit here and say I'm going to pick Arsenal, but I would pick Madrid. That's the realness. I have more of a chance of winning Champions League. I actually have a chance of starting at Madrid unless they turn around and sign a top set left back at this time, and we can't really factor that in. So I'm not too sure, people. I'd actually like to go for Tierney as well. Celtic lad, hopefully I've said his name correctly. He's a decent left back and he has been mashing work at Celtic for a number of years, and you're thinking, why hasn't he moved to a bigger club? I know he's very loyal to Celtic and he signed a new deal, but with Rodgers leaving, with possibly doing all you can with that Celtic squad, the prospect of playing in the Premier League, maybe even reuniting at Leicester with Rodgers, might be something that's irresistible, essentially. That would obviously open up Chilwell. I mean, them two at left back competing for a spot is a good option to have, but you'd think Chilwell would be sold. You see him linked to a City. I would love Chilwell, but I'd also think, should we go for Tierney as well? Because obviously Rodgers is gone, top striker in Dembele's gone. Like, if you're seeing your manager and you're seeing the top player and the top striker go, what are you thinking? Like, really and truly, Celtic are going to win the Scottish League and that, but what really can you achieve if these players are leaving? Now, no, that's no disrespect to Celtic, but obviously I don't feel we can afford them. If we can put to work together them little packages that Arsenal like to come with, then sure, but you're seeing him linked for 50 million to clubs. That puts Arsenal out of it, in my opinion. Anyways, we'll see what happens. I mean, Ryan Sessegnon, if we just talk about Ryan Sessegnon quickly, I know Ranieri's lost his job, but possibly the chance of signing Ryan Sessegnon. We know he's still raw, he's still got a long way to develop. I actually feel it'd be best served him staying at Fulham for another year just to play regular football. We know he's been in and out the side, he showed patches of his brilliance, he showed patches that he's still a young player. That's actually testament to Ryan Sessegnon, in my opinion, is that people are forgetting how young he is. He's contracted until 2020. Fulham, I don't know. Are they going to cash in? For me, if I'm him, I would want to sign a new deal because I'm going to play football. But at the same time, if he develops to what people believe he can, and you sign a new deal, you make it kind of harder for you to get out of that club if and when the time comes that you want to leave and go on to better things at more competitive sides. Will Fulham cash in on him? Arguably, I still think he's still Ryan Sessegnon, he's still a bad boy footballer, so it still cost a premium. But arguably, in recent years, after the solid season in the Championship, probably his value is probably at the lowest, or you could probably take advantage of the poor form that Fulham are in and him being in and out the side. He could be an option now. I don't feel Arsenal can afford it, but contracted until 2020, Fulham relegated, young rebuild and stuff like that. Possibly could possibly do that now. I think he'll be a left wing back. He can develop at fullback. On the flanks or further forward because he's shown he can get assists and he's got an eye for a pass. I just feel personally at this time it's a left wing back thing. That's just my opinion. I just want him to develop wherever he can, but that could be someone that could be deputy to Kolar. Him and Kolar could be similar in that they could be used as wing backs. Obviously, he's young, he's inexperienced, and there'll be times he'll let himself and us down defensively. But yeah, for what it's worth, we can't afford him. But you'd like to think, contracted until 2020, Fulham look to be going down. And Fulham actually, if you look at away from Sessegnon, but a couple of their players and the wages they're on, if they do get relegated, because it's not confirmed yet, what happens there? Because they're going to have to move players on or it's going to be a fire sale. So we'll see what happens, to be fair with you. But yeah, I don't know the point of this video. It was actually just about to be about Tagliafico. But well, I don't know if you lot can see it, but I've obviously got the lines of the different vids I'm about to do. Yeah, you just about can. Excuse my poor handwriting. And I thought, you know what, let me just talk about all three, man. But yeah, obviously we've been linked with Gilmando. I actually wouldn't mind if we got an under-the-radar left-back, because ultimately, if we can save money and sign someone that is competent and consistent and can actually defend and contribute in an attacking sense, it doesn't matter if they sign for £5 or 5 million or 50 million essentially. But yeah, man, people was freestyling, didn't know the point of this vid. We went left, so I'm going to get out your hair. People deluded, get in the comments, subscribe and do the rest if you wish. I'm out though.